So Slate, or Slight, or is it Slate or Slight? I'm mad that I saw the movie yesterday and I still haven't figured out how to pronounce that while I'm doing the review, so I figured I'm just gonna juggle it while this thing is going on and see what happens. Slate, or Slight, is directed by J.D. Dillard and it stars Jacob Lattimore. Jacob Lattimore plays this street magician named Bo, and he is taking care of his little sister. He's lost both of his parents, and he's trying to provide for his little sister doing magic tricks. That's right, he's a street magician, and he's a pretty damn good one too. He does tricks for people, and they pay him for that, but he also has a secondary job, and that secondary job is unfortunately selling drugs. Yep, no magic involved with that. You just sell and you get money. That's pretty much how the drug dealing business works. He works for this guy named Angelo, and along the way, while he's working with Angelo, things get a little bit too dangerous for him, and then he tries to get out of the life after he meets this girl named Holly. And that's pretty much what it is. It's kind of a superhero story about a kid who's trying to escape from a really bad situation using magic, and then he's trying to get out of the situation he finds himself in the movie. Alright, I think I can do a magic trick as well. Okay, I'm gonna count to 3, and then you guys will see a face that will haunt your nightmares for the next week. 1, 2, 3.
Do you believe in magic?
You know what Slate actually is? Slate is functional fun. I guess that's the best way I would describe it. Yeah, this movie knows exactly what it is. It's got a simple premise. It's got a simple setup. It's got a relatively simple story with some compelling stuff underneath that. Mostly this movie is pretty much carried by Jacob Lattimore, who gives a really good performance, and honestly, he's the best thing about the movie. I remember seeing this kid in Collateral Beauty last year, and I was kind of like, man, you're pretty talented. If only you were in a way better movie than this. Turns out that this is that better movie. Jacob Lattimore was really impressive. He had a good screen presence to him. He had some charisma. He had some swagger. Really, it's how he acts in the quieter moments is what impressed me the most about his character. And honestly, all the characters, they do just enough to make you care about him. I mean, you're not going to be thoroughly and emotionally invested in almost everybody in this movie because everyone pretty much gives a workmanlike performance. Nobody blows you away except maybe Lattimore, and even he doesn't blow you away with anything. But overall, it's a very workmanlike performance, and it does take a little bit of a look at the street magician life and how they get their tricks and how they do their things. There is a compelling story in here about how he became a magician, sort of the limits that a magician will go to pull off a great trick. Seeing how a magician can push himself and seeing how a magician sees himself. I mean, some of that is pretty interesting stuff. This also does lead to a pretty satisfying conclusion where he has to use his magic to get out of a situation. If you've seen it in the trailer, it looks pretty awesome. You saw in the trailer like he grabbed a baseball bat and like threw it into the wall using like telekinesis or something. Another magical trick. In 3 seconds, I will show this trailer exactly what I think of it. 3, 2, 1, double bird. Double bird. I said what I said about the trailer because I think the trailer is intentionally misleading, and if you have seen the trailer, I have to warn you going into the movie that the movie is not exactly the way that they portray it in the trailer. I don't think that really affects the movie all that much. I think it's good that they held the true story of the movie back, but I feel like I have to tell you that because I feel like the trailer lied to me a little bit. This movie is not genre bending. It borrows from multiple genres, but it's not really a movie that's going to change life. It's not going to shift the meter. It's not going to dominate the headlines or anything. Yeah, it's a movie with very simple premise, simple actors pulling off simple jobs and doing what the script demands, which it's a simple script. In that sense, you feel like you've seen it before, you feel like it's really predictable, you feel like you know exactly how the story is going to turn out. And then at the end, when you think that the movie is about to end, I'm talking about after the climax, you think the movie is about to end and you think like a magician, they're going to pull a trick out of their sleeve, but instead it's almost like they're about to show you a trick up their sleeve and then they just slap you in the face with it. I don't know, man, that ending was really unsatisfying. I didn't really like it. In the end, guys, Sleight is not a game changer and it's not a life changer, but it is a movie that I had a good time watching. Jacob Lattimore was pretty good in the movie. I like the compelling story of how he became a magician and sort of the magical tricks that he was doing. The magic in the movie is really awesome. The movie is cliched and predictable and overly familiar to me, and that ending is, yeah, talk about a bait and switch. Low end of Man of Steel sounds about right. It's just above positive for me, so I will give this the golden age. Alright guys, have you seen Slate or Slight, and what do you think of it? And please, if you can, help me pronounce it in the comment section down below, because I still don't know how to pronounce that. I've heard of sleight of hand. Is it actually Slate though? That's how it's spelled. I don't know. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace!